We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome to the Freak Show, where our one rule is attention. I am your host today, Bumpy McSquigums. I get a chance to check out Strategic Mind, Spirit of Liberty by Starni Games and Hyperstrange, releasing on August 28th, 2023. And as you can see on over here on the right-hand side of the screen, there's actually a whole bunch of discounts going on. I recommended a bunch of other Strategic Mind games, as currently it is a Strategy Fest going on Steam. Started on August 28th. I want to say October, I don't know. August 28th, and it runs through till September 4th. And that is essentially at 1 p.m. Eastern. And it's, of course, the year 2023. So, yeah. We're going to be diving in. We're going to be playing around with the tutorial, because I've not actually played this at all yet, and I'd like to start there. All right, looks like there are 5 different parts to the tutorial. Let's get to learning, I suppose. All right, loading it on up.
Welcome to the Strategic Mind tutorial.
Strategic.
In this operation, you will learn how to deploy and move your troops, attack the enemy, and be victorious.
Cool.
If you are new to this genre and have not played many turn-based war games, we advise you to complete all the tutorial operations. You can skip any message by clicking on it with the left mouse button.
Aye, aye, Capitan, or sir, or what have you. All right, this game looked really, really cool. Really want to check it out. Super happy that the developer was kind enough to send it my way. So big shout out and a thank you to Starni Games and Hyperstrange for hooking me up with the code. Oh, and Keymailer for hooking me up with the code for this. It means a lot. So thank you guys very much. And like I said, I've been looking forward to this for a little while, and it's finally time to dive on in. All right, so we got the welcome.
Units under your command are listed in the Units panel at the bottom of the screen.
Sure.
To the left, you can find the minimap, which will help you to quickly get your bearings in battle. All objects are marked with the corresponding color. Your units are green, allied units are blue, the enemies are red.
Okay, I see purple and red, but that's fine.
In the Units panel at the bottom of the screen, you can see the unit that is currently selected, the tank. Open its unit info screen by clicking on the highlighted button.
Sure. Info.
The unit info screen contains all the key data about the selected unit.
Okay. A lot of key data. Don't know what most of it means at this particular moment, but that's okay. I assume there's going to be like tooltips when we're not in the tutorial, maybe?
Under the unit picture, you can see its strength. Both the unit's health and damage output depend on strength.
Oh, okay.
The lower the strength, the less damage the unit will deal to the enemy.
Sure.
If the strength reaches 0, the unit is destroyed or forced to retreat.
So what that means to me, and maybe we'll see it in action, that means that it starts off at 10 in this case, and say we shot something, we would do 10 damage. And then if we got shot, say for 5, if we shot again, at that point we would only do 5 damage. That's what it looks like. So let's see if that's actually how it goes.
The unit's combat parameters are listed at the top right corner. The higher they are, the better.
But, well, yeah, but what do those mean? Against planes and ships, it doesn't do so well. Looks like it does really good against infantry. Okay, against tanks, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Maybe it can move 2 spaces. It's got 5 shots, and it can see for 2 spaces, maybe? And then down here, these are defenses against aircraft, other tanks, rockets, maybe? Missiles? I don't know. I'm not sure what all that means. But we'll get there.
With the mouse over the combat parameter, you will see a hint with a list of all bonuses and penalties to that parameter at the moment.
I don't think it's enabled while we're in the tutorial, and that's totally okay.
Now click on the highlighted parameter.
Oh, now it's showing up. Sweet. Okay, so air attack, yep. Naval attack, soft attack, okay, sure. Hard attack, got it. Gun range is 2, sure. Ammunition's 5. I guess spotting range is 2, and then we have air defense, hard defense for naval units only, for carriers only. Move points. Okay, so that's 6. Okay. Fuel and camouflage, and they want us to click on hard defense.
This is more detailed information on how this parameter works. Now close this tab.
Defense from naval and ground unit attacks. When this unit is attacked by an enemy ground or naval unit, hard defense will be compared with hard attack of the enemy. Units with hard defense are generally tougher to kill for the enemy, as most units have lower hard attack than soft attack.
Right under the combat parameters, you can see the unit's equipment panel, and additional equipment that your units can employ in battle.
Sure.
Underneath it, you can see the skills panel. There are a number of passive and active skills unique for every unit class. Infantry has one set of skills, tanks have another, and so forth. When hovering over any skill, you can see a hint explaining how it works.
Okay.
The unit's class is indicated right above its picture. There you can see its model name as well. You can always change a model name to a custom entry by clicking on it.
Oh, nice.
Now close the unit info screen.
We could call it the Panzer Dragoon. No, sorry. All right, close it.
It is high time for troops deployment.
Woohoo.
Every operation starts with the deployment phase, during which you deploy your troops. Select the infantry unit.
Infantry, sir.
Look at the highlighted hex. It is
Gotcha.
a deployment hex. You can deploy your units only in these hexes. Deploy your infantry in the highlighted hex by clicking on it with your left mouse button. Now deploy your artillery unit to the adjacent empty hex. Deploy the tank unit. Great. Now your army is ready to do battle.
Yeah, it is.
Click on the End Deploy button to begin the operation.
Looks so cool. All right, hold on. I can't zoom in or anything? Or sorry, move the map? I can pan the map, but I can't move it with like WASD. That's interesting. You move it with the arrow key? Nope. Okay.
In the top left corner of the screen, you can see the list of your primary and secondary objectives for this operation.
Sure. Seize the victory hex, capture the enemy HQ.
Above, you can also see a victory progress bar.
Sure.
This bar indicates how well your troops are doing in the operation.
Not so good.
At the top right corner of the screen, you can find the Command Points button. Command points are used for troop embarkation on air, naval, or train transport, and for the use of headquarters skills, special abilities, giving various tactical advantages to your forces. You can click on it to see the HQ skills available. You will learn more about it in another part of the tutorial.
Okay.
To the left, you can find the Prestige button. Prestige is a resource you can use to acquire more troops and equipment for them.
Sweet.
Select the tank by clicking on it within. To the right, in the Unit Actions panel, you can see the Embarkation and Headquarters skills buttons. Below, you can see the active skills if there are any. In the case of naval units or armored trains, the different parts of the ship or train are also displayed here.
Gotcha.
The hexes where the unit can move to are highlighted. Now move your tank to the designated hex by clicking on it with the right mouse button.
Right mouse button, move it. All right. I hope we didn't kill our front. Okay, we didn't.
Usually, units can move and attack only once per turn. However, there are a number of exceptions to this rule, which will be presented at the later stages of the tutorial. Units can attack either before or after their movement.
That is good to know. An important detail.
Select the infantry unit. As you can see, the infantry has fewer movement points than the tanks.
Sure.
To solve this problem, infantry can be equipped with a truck or armored vehicle.
Huh.
More about it in the tutorial part 4, Movement and Transportation. For now, order your infantry to move into the designated hex.
All over it, sir.
Then select the artillery unit. Move it into the designated hex.
Ooh, the artillery packs up and goes into a truck.
Your troops
Nice.
have moved to an advantageous position
Yeah,
and
we
are
have.
ready to storm the city on your next turn. Now your tank can already start firing at the enemy troops. Move your mouse over the enemy unit, and when you see the cursor change to a target symbol, click on it with the right mouse button.
Right mouse.
All of your units have finished their turn. Click the End Turn button.
Why were there a bunch of question marks? Shouldn't we have had some sort of like prediction and then... Alright.
Ahead is the city occupied by the enemy troops. Onward.
Okay.
First, we need to do some scouting. Select your infantry unit. Move it into the designated hex.
Got it.
Now select the artillery unit. Begin the artillery bombardment of the enemy positions. select the infantry again. Attack the enemy unit in close combat. Select the tank unit. Move it to the adjacent hex.
Okay.
Finish off the enemy infantry.
Why did moving closer do something? Okay, well, I'll do it. Wait, what? Oh, right click, sorry.
It is time your troops occupy the victory hex. It is marked with a golden color.
Okay.
Congratulations! You have successfully finished the operation.
Yeah.
Now you have the victory screen in front of you.
Yeah, I do.
It presents a detailed breakdown of the operation.
Alright, sweet.
In the leftmost column, you can see the information on your victory points and secondary objective completion.
Sure.
The central column has information about prestige. You can see a detailed breakdown of how much prestige you gained or lost throughout the operation.
Okay.
The rightmost columns have your army statistics, how many of your units were lost, and how many enemy units were killed in action.
Okay, makes sense, I think.
You may have noticed that your result is not the best possible one yet.
Thanks.
The reasons are that you have not finished the secondary objective, and there are still enemy units left undefeated. To achieve greater results, click the Return to Game button.
Alright.
So you're back in action. You have a couple more turns left to deal with these issues. As all of your troops have already finished their turn, you have to click the End Turn button. The enemy still holds some infrastructure.
Ooh, we're
You have to
entrenched now.
capture that hex and get rid of the enemy unit to get an absolute victory. There's no better way to start the attack.
Alright,
Attack the
bombardment.
enemy.
Alright. Bombard,
Then
baby.
select the infantry. Keep attacking the enemy. Finally, finish off the enemy unit. All enemy units are defeated. Capture the hex where the enemy... Brilliant! Click on the Victory Progress bar. Click on the Finish Operation button to exit to the tutorial menu.
Oh yeah. Alright, cool. Got through it. Makes sense. That all tracked. That all made perfect sense. Alright, the supply and infrastructure. Let's learn a little bit more about what we got going on under the hood.
Good day, Commander. In this operation, we'll go over the supply and infrastructure, without which any military campaign would not have been possible.
Sure.
In the previous part of the tutorial, we mentioned the key parameters of any unit, its ammo, fuel, and movement points. The supply system restores ammunition and fuel through infrastructure.
Okay.
Infrastructure is represented by various facilities such as Supply Hub, Maritime Hub, Supply Point, Airfield, Railroad Station, and Seaport. Usually infrastructure is marked by the flag of the country which is currently controlling it.
Sure.
Later, we will tell you more about every type of infrastructure, but first, you have to capture a staging area for a further offensive operation. Your troops are already in position and ready to advance. Let's not keep the enemy waiting.
I'm down for that.
Select the tank unit. Move it closer to the enemy.
Got it.
Attack the anti-aircraft gun defending the airfield.
Ooh,
Now
that's
we can
more
finish
fun.
it off with the infantry. Move into the hex next to the airfield. Attack the anti-aircraft gun. The enemy airfield is now left unprotected. Move the infantry inside and capture it. The airfield has been captured.
Sweet.
Now we can move our aircraft units here.
Oh.
The airfield provides supply to aircraft units, restoring their ammo and fuel on every landing.
Cool.
Additionally, aircraft units can acquire new equipment and be reinforced while landed on an airfield. We will get back to it in another part of the tutorial.
I like it.
Right now, we have to capture the supply point. You should start the attack with air bombardment. Select the bomber. Attack the enemy artillery.
Sure.
After attacking land targets, aircraft can be moved one hex away to free up the space for the next attacking aircraft unit.
Nice.
Do it now by moving the bomber to the highlighted hex.
Got it.
Great! Keep attacking the enemy. Attack the enemy artillery.
I'm attacking the enemy artillery right here, right now.
The enemy unit is destroyed. Now we have to occupy the supply point. Select the infantry. Move it into the hex with the supply point.
I can't. It won't let me do it. Oh no.
The supply point is in our hands. Unfortunately, it is severely damaged by our bombardment, so currently it does not provide supply.
Oh, maybe I was clicking on
Open
it
the
instead
supply
of down
point's
here.
info screen by clicking on it with the middle mouse button.
Open the... What? The supply... Oh, the supply point. Oh my god, supply point's info screen. Alright,
As you can see, all infrastructure has its own HP.
got it.
If it goes down to 50% or lower, the facility ceases to function until its HP is restored and is higher than 50%.
Got it.
At the end of every turn, all infrastructure restores 20% HP.
Oh, that's nice, at least.
Close the tab.
Got it.
Select the supply point.
Yep.
This is the supply zone of the selected infrastructure facility,
that's a lot.
marked with the box icons on the hex grid. Currently, they're red in color, as the supply point is damaged and is not functioning. Thus, there is no supply right now.
Makes sense.
In a 1 hex range around the selected infrastructure, there is a service zone, marked with the range icons.
I
In
see 'em.
these hexes, your units can acquire or change equipment and be reinforced.
Interesting.
However, in our case, even after restoring its HP, the supply point will not provide supply, as it is not connected to the supply network.
Huh.
The supply network is comprised of all the interconnected infrastructure on the map.
Sure, and we don't have any on the map right now.
Supply hubs and maritime hubs play a key role in the supply network. While supply points just redistribute the ammo and fuel to the nearby troops, the supply hubs generate ammo and fuel, providing the whole supply network with it. Maritime hub works similarly, but only if there is a seaport under your control next to it.
Okay.
Consequently, without the connection to a supply or maritime hub, the supply points have nothing to redistribute to your troops.
Sure. Tracks.
You can also see the connections between the different elements of infrastructure marked with supply lines. These lines connect all infrastructure facilities to the supply or maritime hubs. If the opponent cuts off the supply line, then the cut-off supply point or airfield ceases to provide supply.
That's
To
useful.
cut off the supply line, it is enough to put your unit on any of the hexes it passes through,
Brilliant.
or any of the hexes adjacent to them,
Oh, really?
which will block it with the unit's zone of control.
Ah, the good old Zoc.
Before you
love the
end
Zoc.
the turn, let's land our aircraft for refueling. Select the aircraft.
Okay.
Click on the landing button in the Unit Actions panel.
Okay, I did.
Select the second aircraft. Click on the
sure.
landing button again.
We landed in the fire zone. Oh, technically
Click on
no.
the End Turn button.
Got it.
Select the tank unit. In
Got it.
order to restore the supply, you have to capture the enemy seaport along with the maritime hub.
Makes sense.
First, however, cut off the enemy infantry at the eastern outpost from the supply. To do it, move your tank unit into the designated hex.
If you left... Oh, God. Just like murdering stuff as we go. If you left click, it speeds up the actions, if you guys are wondering.
Select the supply
After you
point
right-click.
of the eastern outpost. It is high
Oh.
time we take care of the coastal city.
What?
Select the infantry unit.
Hold on. How did I do that? Do I have to click on, like, the floaty icon thing? I'm sorry. I thought you just clicked on the hex, but that did not work. Alright, gonna select the infantry.
Move it to the designated hex.
Sure.
Select the second infantry. Move it to the designated hex. Click on the End Turn button.
Okay. They're gonna send infantry out to get
The
got
enemy
by
has
us.
made an attempt to break through the blockade and restore supply, but it failed.
It did.
Select the enemy infantry that attacked your tank.
Okay.
Now select the supply point you have recently captured. Infrastructure
It is
HP
the
has been
icon.
restored, but there is still no supply, since the supply point is not connected to the maritime hub. During a major operation in the upcoming campaign, such a situation can totally make the difference between victory and defeat.
Okay.
So you should pay close attention to your supply and take every opportunity to undermine the enemy's supply.
Makes sense.
Well, enough with this talk. To establish our own supply network, we have to occupy the seaport and the maritime hub. Also, we should not damage them too much, otherwise we will not be getting supplies until they're repaired.
Okay.
Click on the All tab next to the minimap to see all of your units in the Units panel at the bottom of the screen.
Sure.
Select the bomber. Attack the enemy unit occupying the seaport.
Do I just right-click it? I guess so. It's flying on in. He's going to drop on that artillery.
The seaport now has only 6 HP left. If we keep bombarding it, it will stop providing supply and we will have to wait for its restoration. So we should attack the infantry in the adjacent hex instead.
Okay.
Select the second bomber.
Second
Attack
bomber.
the infantry defending the maritime hub.
Got it. He be on his way. Woo! There it is.
Now that the enemy units are weakened by the air bombardment,
Sure.
we can attack them in close combat. First, we have to finish off the enemy artillery, so that it will not provide fire support to the infantry unit.
Okay.
You can learn more about fire support mechanics in part 5 of the tutorial. Select your infantry.
There's a lot to take in, but I mean it all kind of makes sense, right? It seems
Attack
logical.
the enemy artillery.
All right.
The enemy unit was
baby.
destroyed.
What?
Move your infantry into the city to occupy the seaport. Excellent. Now
Okay.
the enemy infantry is left without artillery support, and you have taken the seaport. It provides supply to the naval units and allows them to acquire and change equipment.
Sweet.
Located next to the seaport is Maritime Hub. Only supply hubs and maritime hubs that have a seaport next to them can generate ammo and fuel and deliver it to all other infrastructure through the supply network.
Sweet, sweet.
It is time to finish this battle and destroy the enemy unit.
Yeah. Let's take him out.
Occupy the Maritime Hub.
Oh, we occupying, baby.
Great. The primary objective is now accomplished. However, there is still a secondary objective left.
Capture the
To
Eastern.
capture the eastern outpost.
Sure.
Click on Select the tank unit. Attack the enemy infantry.
Get got, boys.
Great. The enemy has been defeated. There's only one infantry unit left to deal with, and the city will be ours. Move the tank to the designated hex.
Gotcha.
All of your units have finished their turn.
Oh.
Click Select your infantry unit.
Which one? This one? This one. It's hard to see.
Now select the bomber.
Why would you tell?
Select the tank unit.
Why did you have me select the infantry first? Stop
Attack
it.
the infantry occupying the eastern outpost. The last of the enemy units has fallen. Now your troops are free to take the eastern outpost. Make it happen to conclude the operation. Congratulations!
Yeah.
You click on the Finish Operation.
We did it, boys. All right, so we finished the first 2 tutorials. There's a total of 5. I believe we are going to continue going through the tutorials. Like I said, everything makes sense so far. A few things that, I would not be 100% sure about. This has been covered so far. Army management, transportation of troops, and combat mechanics are all very, very important parts as well. So our second episode will be committed to finishing up the rest of the tutorial, however long it takes. It might go a little long. This one's going to go a little short because I think the next part's going to be a bit more. So next episode, we're going to finish the tutorial no matter what. And then we will begin the episode 3, where we dive into the game proper and we begin our adventure. The game should already be out by the time this video goes live, so make sure you guys go and grab it if you like what you saw so far. I know we've just dipped our toe in, but it looks like a lot of fun, and I'm pretty excited to play it. You guys know I love tactical turn-based strategy games. This looks like it's going to be one on a much grander scale, and I'm pretty excited to see how it all plays. All right, folks, if you want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, the publisher, any of that stuff down below in the description of the video. There'll be various links, just like there always are. And until the very next episode, folks, I have been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.